This is New Hampshire Cross Country, powered by Runners Alley and Marathon Sports, coming at you from Battle of the Border. This year's Meet Hub brought to you by Stitches NH and Hoka. On the girls' side of things today, we've got a number of ranked teams from New Hampshire here. Number 1, Oyster River is in the house, although they've got a couple of those varsity athletes not running. We'll go over the individuals in just a moment.
They've got some depth, so I don't know how much it'll hurt them.
Yeah. Number 3 from New Hampshire is Pinkerton. Number 7 in NH is Bedford, and number 10, Dover.
We also have number 6, Londonderry.
That's right. And then taking a look outside of the state, we've got Massachusetts, number 9, Marshfield, as well as North Andover. So now to hear about some of those individuals, we've got Mike Smith and Steve Mazzone to kind of fill us in on some of the individuals and maybe a little bit more on the team as well.
All right, so for Oyster River running, we got Haley Kavanaugh, Pinkerton's Suki Folsom, Bedford's Makita Berry, who's been having a breakout season since she moved over to cross country. Exeter stalwart Eli Cross, and then we've got some from Massachusetts in.
Yeah, individually, unfortunately, we don't have Greta Hammer, who finished second here last year from Needham, but we do have Luna Prochavakova of North Andover. She did 1916 at the Kelly Invite. She's a good runner. She'll be up there in the top runners. Nicole Kroon of North Andover. That's another runner that's done very well. The top 5 runners from North Andover, by the way, 2037 are faster this year, so they have a strong team.
That's good. That's some good running. We got Marshfield's Eleanor Angeles Whitefield in the field as well.
Yeah, she's another one. And Meredith Miller, their number 2 runner, is not here, but they have Ava Brunswick, who's done 2010, and Sarah Penny, who's done 2016. The top 6 there have run 21 minutes or faster, or under 21 minutes. So they have a strong team as well.
So, Mike, one of the names you did not mention, Mackenzie Cook, she is out today.
Correct.
And she's actually going to be on camera a little bit later in the race. But here we go. Gun is up. And they are off. 2024 Battle of the Border girls varsity race.
Oyster River right down the middle, out to a good start, right beside Keene. Makita Berry,
yeah, she's
right to the front. She has not waited once this season. Here's Haley Kavanaugh.
Girls are out.
Girls
good.
are out.
All right. You can see past the cart, ways away.
I would say no surprise, Makita Berry right out. Looks like Haley Kavanaugh chasing from what we can see with the cart.
That's what it looked like before the cart got in the way. Got a clear view now. Looks like they're right together.
Looks like Kavanaugh has slid up. The Berry is just on it. I mean, this is crazy. We got Anna Fondakowski behind her. Suki Folsom, Pinkerton. I'm guessing that's Eleanor Angeles Whitefield from Marshfield. We got 3 in through Oyster River. Pinkerton running.
That's huge. That's their 5. They've got 4 there.
They are ahead of Oyster River. And like we said, Oyster River's down a few bodies, but
at this point, we're pretty early in the race still.
pretty early in the race.
They just completed their loop around the field. We're right next to where they started.
We saw last night at Moonlight Madness, Merrimack brought a huge contingent of girls, and they were actually leading at the mile mark, but then Newfound did a great job over the second half of the race, moving up and applying pressure. But yeah, this one it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out further down the road for sure. But that was Pinkerton looked pretty impressive right there. Four in the chase pack, 1 in the lead pack.
They're definitely in a strong position. I mean, again, super early. At this point, though, it's their race to give up. And you'll see just a little bit further down how it's looking.
All right, here we are. My name is Tim Cox, and I'm with
Steve Mazzone here.
And we got Makita Berry already off and gone, but she has a trailer, and it's not a Kenzie Cook or is it Haley Kavanaugh?
It's hard to
And
see.
Haley Kavanaugh, last year's NXN qualifier. Oyster River down a couple of top 5 runners, but here we go.
And a significant gap on the chase pack.
Yep, and that's kind of been Makita Berry's deal this year. She just kind of takes off, but Haley Kavanaugh, as the season goes on, she just kind of rips And this is Folsom and Fondakowski. And a Marshfield girl, you should know who that is.
Yeah, I believe that's
Maddie
Eleanor
Cook.
Angeles Whitfield.
So right now we got Pinkerton, Oyster River has 3 through, 4 through. Pinkerton has 3 through.
And I see a couple of North Andover girls who has a strong team here today.
So we still have,
And we've already had 4 of them come across. We already have 5 for North Andover.
but it's only about 1,000 meters into the race. You know, it's still very dense. It's a great race. It's a great meet.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be interesting. But I think we kind of know who could be first and second already, though.
For sure. I mean, Makita Berry, first time ever running cross country, first time on this course, but she's not afraid of any courses. The very first course she ran was the Oyster River course at an apple farm. That's all hills. And she was not afraid then, and she's not afraid now. But watch for Haley Kavanaugh, because this is the second half of the season. This is kind of where she starts rounding into form.
But how about that Oyster River team, though, winning at Wickham Park last week, right?
Yep, and they were down number three or four, Neely Roy. This week they're without Kenzie Cook. Both should be back, but this is the time of season. If you're a little bit banged up, you give them a rest, and we're ready to roll.
Were they healthy when they won Manchester?
Oh yes, yeah. All right, hey, with that, we're going to send it over to Ben, Neely, and Kenzie, our guest star.
All right, here we are coming at you from the 1 mile mark at the Battle of the Border at Alvern. So some teams to look out for. We're in the girls varsity race right now. We got some of New Hampshire's top: Bedford, Pinkerton, Dover, Londonderry. Mass has got some big teams: Needham, Marshfield, North Andover, and another top team, top in New Hampshire, Oyster River. Speaking of Oyster River, we have 2 commentators here from there.
Mackenzie Cook
and Neely Roy, and
got-
Miss Makita.
and Haley Kavanaugh.
Yes,
Haley.
So Makita Berry continues her very strong opening season in cross country, leading at Battle of the Border. Haley Kavanaugh right in behind. Now we got
Anna Fondakowski
Anna
from
Fondakowski
Bishop
of
Girton,
BG. Yep.
Suki Folsom from Pinkerton.
and then Maddie Cook, my sister,
Yes, Maddie.
and then Marshfield. That's Massachusetts.
yes,
Haley
HB. Sorry.
That's Haley Bazanson.
Do you know what that is?
Anna Simpson from Alvern.
2 more Pinkerton girls. Another Oyster River. That's Oyster River's 4.
That's 4. Yep.
Olivia Kavanaugh, Haley
There's
Kavanaugh's
another
little sister.
Pinkerton.
Too.
Oh, lots of Pinkerton.
Some of these Mass teams coming through. You got a nice group of 3 North Andover. There's a 4th. Co-Brown's 1 there. BG's got
3 in.
3, 4.
3, 4.
Lost track of it.
River's 5.
Oyster River's 5 here. So they do seem to be in control of the race, even with 2 of their top runners out who are right next to me here.
And then Eleonora is Oyster River's 6th.
I see a lot of North Andover also.
It's a pink, you can see it.
North Andover, BG, Oyster River, all having great races right now, along with Pinkerton, of course. And so again, we're right at the 1 mile mark.
So more North Andover. They really stand out.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah, the pink uniforms.
Pink uniforms.
Ooh, we got 4 Wyndhams.
Is that Newton
Oh,
South
yeah.
from Massachusetts?
And so this course has historically been a pretty quick course. You know, this is where they're going to be running Meet of Champs this year. So it'll be a good testing out period for Meet of Champs later on in the season. Right now the packs are still pretty condensed. But this is a fast enough course where it'll string out by, you know, the 1.5 mile, 2 mile mark.
More BG. Big group of Nashua South.
All right, behind Phil Demers on the cart, we've got Makita Berry.
Makita Berry. She's opened up a gap on Kavanaugh, I'm guessing. It's Oyster River uniform. for
We
sure.
see her now, yeah.
Probably close to 30 yards. They're hauling.
Yeah, she's looking real strong right
Yeah.
there. I mean, the way she just looked as we see Kavanaugh coming across now reminds me of how Tam looked at Black Bear.
Going the whole time. Like when I watch him race both there and at Manchester Invite, like
Yep.
it was, the switch was full on.
Oh, yeah.
Full on the whole way. Here we got Anna Fondakowski of BG. I believe that's Suki Folsom of Pinkerton, though I don't know the Pinkerton squad as well. And so again, there we got 3 Oyster River following Pinkerton's number 1.
Yeah. So we saw Suki for Pinkerton, and as we look further down,
Yep.
I'm seeing 1, 2 more Pinkerton.
Yep. So they've.
But here's another Oyster River.
Yep. Oyster River. So that's 4.
So
We
we're
now have
4
3,
Oyster River,
4.
3 Pinkerton, 4 Pinkerton.
There's 5 Pinkerton.
5 Pinkerton.
But Oyster River still has.
I see their
yep.
5th bit back.
But they still have the advantage of their points are better and stuff like that. There we go with
I don't know.
Marshfield.
This is a good amount of girls in between.
Absolutely.
Score-wise, it's going to be pretty close right now. Again, still
Right now.
early.
Oyster River will have to move up. So they got Cole Brown's number 1 right on them. But the other thing is we don't see any Pinkerton girls behind.
Right.
And
No,
we do have another Oyster River girl. So if they can continue to move up, they're going to be in really good shape as far as points go and stuff like that.
See those pink jerseys? That's North Andover. Again, one of the Massachusetts teams to watch in addition to Marshfield.
Marshfield.
I believe Marshfield should be in green.
They are, yep. They put 3+ through. Londonderry, these new Concord uniforms throw me off a little bit.
I like them though.
You're a fan?
I like them.
I
It's
know that
different.
I am. I like that they're different. I agree with
I
that.
think once you learn them, you recognize them pretty easy.
Well, you can recognize those
There we
three
go,
going
3 of
through
them.
right there.
Hollis Brookline,
I like their throwback ones with the stripe the boys were wearing. I don't think the girls were
Para
wearing.
Wyndham, Salem, Campbell, another Concord.
Now, is this a you race 7 or is this a race 8 or 9?
This is a 7.
A 7? Okay. I thought one year they had gone to 8, but yeah.
I will say, we commented Phil. I called him out. Normally, I don't like to commentate on the pace car, if you will, but I want to give Phil a shout out because of all the work he's been doing out on this course. Head coach here at Alvern,
Former athlete here at Alvern as well.
He's put in a lot of work on kind of fixing it up, putting some new material down, and
Well, he is a demur, and in saying that, I mean that.
let's go.
I mean that Artie Demers, Nashua South previously, when he was at Nashua South, that's when we had Meet of Champions at Nashua South, and he kind of created that course. Phil was getting dragged around to help him on a number of occasions, so it's no surprise to me that Phil's heavily invested in the quality of this course, because he comes by that gene naturally, I believe.
Well, I would say majority of the girls passed us at this point on the course. We'll go check out course conditions at the 2 mile.
Absolutely.
All right, here we are with the lead vehicle coming through, and we are about 25 meters shy of the 2 mile mark, and I expect to see Barry and Kavanaugh coming around.
Yeah, absolutely. The way they look at 1K, I can't see it being any other way.
And so it looks like Barry, Kavanaugh's fallen off a little bit, not around the corner yet. But we're right about the 2 mile mark, and after this 2 mile mark, they have a little bit of a climb, but not much. But Barry's coming through at about 11:45, a little bit before the 2 mile mark. She'll be about 6-minute pace.
Yeah, and she looks very comfortable at this point. And this is a significant lead she has now.
Yeah, but we got Kavanaugh, and she looks strong, and she's going to be about 12:10 or so through the 2 mile mark. She looks very controlled, very under control actually. Haley usually has a pretty good last mile, so we'll see. But you know what? Everybody kind of thought that Barry might wilt over the last mile because she's a 1,000-meter runner that runs very fast. But she's held up. She's held up every single course she's run on, and I would not imagine that she could get caught at this point.
Now, how is the rest of this course from here? Is it relatively flat?
The toughest hill is right around the corner, but then after that, it's a roller coaster coming down. So it should be pretty fast. This is Anna Fondakowski in 3rd, followed by Maddie Cook, Oyster River, in 4th. Another Oyster River, Haley Bazanson in 5th. So Oyster River now has 3 in the top 5. Suki Folsom from Pinkerton. And then we have Marshfield coming through.
I believe this is Eleanor Angeles Whitfield. Again, she's a low 19-minute, and we have Newton South here.
And we got Alvern on her home course. Olivia Kavanaugh right now for Oyster River coming through.
Yeah, I was talking to Steve McChesney of Newton South. He does have a young squad that he thinks can make it into the state meet.
Pinkerton now has 3 to Oyster River's 4, I believe. North Andover's first. You were looking at North Andover the first 1,000
Yeah,
meters.
they look very strong at the 1K. We have number 2 runner, number 3, and number 4. It looks like all coming through over here.
So this pack is going to kind of obviously be a numbers game after this.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
see how the last mile shakes out. Marshfield, Bedford's number 2. And here comes the interesting. Londonderry is coming through, and Londonderry is an up-and-coming team, very young team. They're very much a pack team like North Andover. I'll be interested to see how close their pack is.
Show them how strong you are. Show them how strong you are.
Work that hill, Pete. And it's a second Londonderry, third Londonderry. Let's see how quick they come.
And we have a third Newton South runner. We still haven't seen another North Andover. Oh, here she comes right now.
Fourth Londonderry.
So it's definitely going to be a numbers game at that finish. We have Notre Dame Academy in Hingham. And another Notre Dame Academy.
Another Pinkerton.
So it is getting spread out over here.
This is going to be a tight race, team-wise.
Absolutely.
Yep. But I don't know how people can overcome the 3 in the top 5 that Oyster River has right now.
Yeah,
That's tough.
I mean, they're unbelievable. A very strong team. I'm sure they're running Nike right at the end of the
I think that's part of their plan.
season.
I mean, they're ranked number 3 in the Northeast right now.
Yeah.
You know. And as we kind of enjoy this
We have
pack
a 6th
coming
and
through.
7th from North Andover, so all their varsity runners through.
Yep.
And you can
Concord.
certainly pick them out with those pink singlets.
Swing those hands. More Newton South coming through. So that's 6 and 7, right?
I believe so.
Yep. Hollis Brookline. And again, once again, remember, this is the course for the Meet of Champions of New Hampshire. But it's Battle of the Border has been around for 20 years.
Yeah, and how many years has New Hampshire dominated these days?
5 years in a row. So the challenge is out there.
Yeah.
Massachusetts, come on up. I mean, we're almost in Massachusetts.
Pretty much.
It's not a long drive.
Yeah, it was, I come from Cumberland, Rhode Island. It was 80 miles for me. Nice drive.
Yep. And with that, we're going to send this over. As most of the field has come through, we're going to send this over to, once again, Neely, Kenzie, and Ben, which will be up in the middle of the roller coaster. The last little bit that is screaming fast.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, as we know. So like we said, this is a mile to go at this point, and a runner's still coming through.
All right, we got the Gator coming through. And following maybe 50 meters behind is your leader. Same leader from the 1 mile mark, Makita Berry.
She's moving. She is moving. She's had such a strong season so far.
So we've got about 800 to go at this point.
Now, waiting on Haley Kavanaugh.
Where are you?
I see her.
And there's their teammate coming through.
Come on, Haley. Got like 800 to go.
Looking strong.
Looking strong, Haley. Wiped out.
Yeah, this
This is
course
a tight corner.
Yeah, and the footing is pretty. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really sandy here.
So
really
Makita's probably got, what do you think, like 100 meters on Haley, and Haley's probably got
Yeah.
minimum 200 meters on the rest of the pack.
Yeah.
it's
We
pretty
still
spread
haven't
out.
seen them yet.
I hear some cheering. I think they're coming, but
So at this point, we'll get a little bit of a better look at what the team score is looking like. Again, Oyster River came in as your favorite, but they are missing 2 pretty good athletes.
That's
got-
Anna Fondakowski from Bishop Girton, followed by 2 Oyster River runners.
So right now, Oyster River's got 2, 4, and 5.
looking strong, guys.
Come
Let's
on,
kick
you
it
got
in.
it! That's Maddie Cook and Haley Bezanson, followed by Suki Folsom from Pinkerton.
Oh, also looking strong.
I'm pretty sure this is Newton South from Massachusetts.
And you got Marshfield, Alvern's one.
And then you got Oyster River's fourth, Olivia Kavanaugh.
Jinx. Let's go, Olivia.
Let's go, Olivia. And
What's that?
that's
2 Pinkertons?
Oh,
two
yeah.
Pinkertons.
So Pinkerton's got 3 in, Oyster River's got 4 in with the lower sticks.
And then that looks like Keene.
Team number 1.
Keene
There it
number
is.
1. And then that's the pink uniform,
Oh,
North
yep.
Andover.
So Keene must not have raced at Moonlight Madness yesterday. Make sure to go check that race out.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
But that's Pinkerton's 5. So they got 5 through.
yeah.
Pinkerton's looking good.
Pinkerton is looking good.
Oh, and here we have 3 North Andovers.
Followed by another Wyndham, cutting them in half. And we got to see Oyster River's 5 coming
I
through
know.
pretty soon if they want this team title. Pinkerton's looking good.
I see our 5
I
coming.
see Oyster River's 5. That's Jari Hool.
She's going to have to pick up
Yeah,
some of
she
these
is gonna
bodies
have
here.
to pick some up.
Pinkerton has a nice little pack right in between all those Oyster River runners.
Come on, Jari, let's get some
Jari,
jerseys.
you're gonna have to catch some people.
You got
Come
it.
on, Jari.
We're going to see Dover, Alvern, another BG. BG's also looking really good
Yeah,
right
BG
now.
is looking good. We got Londonderry as well. Is that Co-Brown's
Co-Brown.
number 1?
Yes, number
Come on,
1.
Eleonora.
And that's Oyster River's 6.
So right now you got 4 teams that are really in the mix for this top 3 battle. Obviously Oyster River, Pinkerton, but then North Andover and what was the last one we just said was coming through?
BG?
BG.
Yeah.
Those 4 teams are really fighting for this top 3 spot, unless we miss something. But that's what it's looking like to me. Again, the leaders have just probably about finished at this point, as we're about 800 meters from the finish.
Got more BG coming through and another Pinkerton. Bedford and Goffstown.
Another Marshfield.
All right, and at this point, we're gonna send it over to the finish to the finish camera, where they'll give you guys the rest of these results.
Nikita Berry.
Nikita Berry. Hammering. Wow. Look at that. That is a heck of a lead, too, and she is just ripping. Like you said, Tam, right?
Absolutely. Just crushed
Just
that.
like that. 17:39-ish. We don't want to say what's not official, but that's fast. That's really fast.
You have to wonder when she started kicking, because this lead.
I think when the gun went off, that's when she started kicking. But yeah, this lead grew over from what we had seen just before the halfway mark. And here comes Haley Kavanaugh
Yep.
to start the scoring for Oyster River. They had made up some ground on Pinkerton, but they had work to do for sure. This will help. 18-18. Solid running there for sure. And to be fair, if we think back like a year, Haley Kavanaugh was just working through some stuff and just starting to come back.
Yep.
Had a great end of the season and then into postseason for sure. But this is a fantastic time. 18-18 on any course.
Oh, yeah.
is good. And look at the gap that the two of them have
Right.
put on the rest of the field.
And you know what's interesting? You talk about Haley Kavanaugh from the past. Like, to me, she's a second half of your season type runner.
Yep.
And she's been doing well earlier this season. I think
Oh,
that's gonna
here
be
we
real
go.
good, as we got a real good battle.
Yeah, between Oyster River and Pinkerton there, trying to stave them off. We got Anna Fondakowski and Bishop Girton. We got Oyster River's number 2 just coming in before Pinkerton's number 1. And
Oyster
then
River 3.
3. If they can keep this going, they're going to be in really good shape, considering they're missing 2. Marshfield's Eleanor Angeles Whitefield, I would assume. Alvern's top girl, running really well on her home course.
Yeah, that's
We
Anna
got-
Simpson.
We got Oyster River's number 4 before Pinkerton's number 2. I think that they've probably done enough, but there's Pinkerton's number 3. Oh, we've got North Shore. He's going to make the line, but wow. Keep going, girl. Keep going. You got this. Excellent. She gets across. That's fantastic. Keene's number 1. Here comes Pinkerton's number 4. I think that's Pinkerton's number 5.
Yep.
And now we're just waiting on Oyster River's number 5.
Marshfield.
Yeah, that's right. Marshfield could be in this as well. Wow, we've got
Here we go. 3 from North Andover.
North Andover, yeah. I believe that might be a Marshfield behind them. We need to see Oyster River's number 5 here for them to sew this up here pretty quick. Another one from Bedford, another one from Marshfield, Bishop Girton. We've got Londonderry's number 1, and there it is. There's Oyster River's number 5 in the finishing stretch. Now again, this would be their number 7, generally speaking. And
Right.
she's working hard to get there to the finish, and every point's going to matter. So we'll have to wait and see. This is definitely going to be close. Wow, look at Londonderry come through. That's 3 right there. That's a much improved program over the season. This will be Co-Brown's number 1, I believe.
Yep.
They've got a young team that they're working on. We got some Dover South coming through.
Newton South has definitely had a handful at this point.
Yep, they had that one girl that barely made the line, but made it, she did. There's Concord Shelley Smith, the famed Shelley Smith from our interviews. Been doing a lot of that.
Goffstown, Pinkerton, Dover.
So that would be, I think that's Pinkerton's number 7. So they should all be in that
battle
here.
here.
Look at that finish.
Slew of girls just pushing each other there as Bedford
Absolutely.
finishes up.
And the course is definitely a little bit dry. I'm not sure whether it's how dry it is making it softer and slower, or firmer and harder to be able to run fast. But these are some good times. Nikita Berry, that was just phenomenal. And we know she has speed, but you still got to parcel it out over 3.1 miles.
And I mean, that's the thing, is like she looked like she was pushing hard the entire
way. I've seen that in a number of situations this year. Every time from her. Again, the 2 times that I've seen Tam run. And then last night, Sully Sturts did that at Moonlight Madness. Ran 14:53 for a scorching fast time. He was getting ready to pass the bike a number of times, just simply because it would try to make a transition between up and down, and he just wasn't slowing down any. We got a Concord athlete trying to make it in. Hopefully if she throws up, it won't be on camera. I think it's just off camera.
Malvern, Concord, Salem, Newton South, Griffin's, the Wyndham.
It's the second central. I think they've opted for T-shirts, I think, probably for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, because they're all in pink.
All right, majority of the girls done. We got to get going over for the boys.